Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And this is my girl here, Miss Brandi Jenae.
Hey.
And we're going to break it down and talk about this topic of grooming.
Because, we did our Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion 2 review. And in that review, both of the episodes we watched did not have these deleted scenes. So the deleted scenes was put out on the internet the following day where we could view these scenes. And I feel like we did let Sunny off pretty easy because I got a lot of things to say about Destiny after.
Okay, so you want me to go ahead and just play it first then? Okay, we'll play it.
Let's just jump right on into it.
Okay, so we're going to play it first. And then it's about 7 minutes long, and then we'll discuss it. So I'm like, but yeah, Destiny, she is very dusty for this.
Yes, Dusty, honey. Yes, now I get it. I was really, and I wasn't taking up for her too much, but after watching that clip, I said, yeah, we let her off real easy. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so let me get it going here.
Been involved in a threesome between Martell, Melody, and you. Did Martell and Melody proposition you for a threesome?
I wouldn't say it was a proposition. It was just a lot of conversations about certain things and acts that have happened, and yeah.
Is that true, Melody?
I don't know.
I can't recall nothing. Why are you smiling from ear to ear to me? I'm smiling. Oh, I see.
Can you get her to elaborate? Because I'm
Destiny, Melody would like you to elaborate, but she has no idea what you're talking about.
One of the conversations I will address is...
There's been more than one?
Yes.
Uh-oh. No.
But there would have been more openness to a threesome had Martell stopped cheating with...
That's a lie straight from hell.
That's
a lie. No.
Did you on your back porch? That conversation was had at your house.
A threesome between the three of y'all, or between?
That she was open to threesomes with Martell. Had he stopped cheating with?
No, she didn't.
No. That was a conversation, but I felt like, why are we keep talking about this? Y'all talked about how y'all were in a hotel room and y'all started having sex and your was in the bed next to you.
Who talked about that? I'm sorry. Who had a conversation about something like that?
Y'all had a conversation with me about that.
I ain't had no conversation with
that.
No, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have not.
Okay.
No.
Martell, is that true? Whatever Destiny said. No, honestly not.
So did it happen? Did y'all start having sex in the room with her in the bed?
Honestly?
And she woke up and said, I know y'all not.
Okay, I'll be forgetting, so I believe you know this.
I don't remember nothing like that happening
but,
at all.
Okay, but the thing is this.
And I'm actually taken aback.
So the thing is this, Destiny, when you made that comment on camera, and I want to make sure that if y'all all disagree, then let me know, but it appeared that these two requested a threesome with you.
There were conversations, there were situations where it is grooming. For you to have those type of open conversations with people consistently, it's grooming. You asking me to spend a night at your house multiple times. Mel, you've been witness to that. Sex. You can stay over. Like,
yeah, well, I told you need to get your ass something going home. there was many nights, me, you, Mel, Chris was up talking outside, having a good time, and who didn't want to go?
Oh my goodness.
Got a little buffering.
Yes. Hold on.
We can try to pause it there, and then maybe we'll come back and see if we can get the rest of it.
Okay, I'll push pause.
Because right there is an earful.
Yes, it is. Let me go here. Yes, it is the earful. And still, how is that grooming?
It's not. I think that's the problem, is that it's not. And I also think that, I don't know why this bothers me. Maybe I've had experiences with it, but it really bothers me for people to get something from somewhere else, right? And then begin to use it as a truth.
Yeah.
And speak as, as if for a fact, or as if, this is something like I said, like a truth. And really, I think I called Destiny out on this earlier in the season about regurgitating information she has clearly gotten from Martell.
Mm-hmm.
The issue with getting information from Martell is, how do you expect the truth from a liar?
Yes.
So it's not, like some stuff, because I feel like as far as Martell goes, he can tell you something and it may be some truth wrapped up in it, but you know what I mean? It's not all truth. And I don't know how you can take what he says as all truth, and then you come and regurgitate it to Mel as if you know these things to be factual.
Exactly. And then the whole situation about the hotel thing, where she has to be implicating Mel's mom.
Yeah, I didn't know who she
either
was.
a close friend, because some people were suggesting it was coleslaw. I'm like, no, because
we know it can't be, right? It can't be.
So I would imagine it's her mom or a close friend.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that was. I said, well, then this would have to be where they broke. Because only time you going on, a trip and y'all staying in the same room, you don't have very much money or something. I said, that doesn't sound right, because as we see how they vacation. So I was like, no, I don't believe that. And then even if they were in the same room with maybe Van or whatever, they wouldn't even have the decency to go to the bathroom. I'm just being for real. Because wasn't the whole point of him cheating on her was because she wasn't freaky enough for him?
Well, that's what he claimed to say. But I think we understand that that's just something he said. You know what I mean? True. Like we don't know that to be, factual. Maybe as far as the giving lettuce, like maybe she admitted to that. But either way, and I just like to say with Destiny, it seemed to be like you coming on to do Martell's dirty work. So because he can't speak to Mel directly or, try to start anything, now he kind of gave you all, put the battery in your back, as we like to say, and sent you on your way. And you look like a fool, because for somebody who don't have much to say about their own life, I don't really know why you got all of this smoke about somebody else's life. You just sat up there. You just spoke more in this deleted scene about somebody else's business than she has about what was going on with her own stuff.
Yes. I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna come out of this, so maybe I can. Okay. I got it on something else, but the other thing that I have it on, you won't be able to stop it. So I can present it that way, but it's gonna play from the beginning.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good. But
okay,
yeah,
so it'll be just the audio.
Destiny, that really irritated me with Destiny, because it's like, girl, you spoke more about somebody else's stuff. And the thing is, I understand we want a little drama. This is way too far. This is beyond drama, And I think Destiny ought to be ashamed of herself.
Yes, especially for using trigger words like that. Grooming. I mean, like, if she's talking to you about if she decides that I may do a threesome with Martell, supposedly, allegedly, and if he was to stop cheating or whatever, How is that grooming you? That sounds like girl talk with a girlfriend.
Exactly. And that's another thing I don't like. What people do is when you get mad or things fall out, here you go telling somebody stuff that they done told you in confidence. You know what I mean? Now I agree with you. And there we go with where you mix a little truth with fiction. I can understand there may be some conversation, and when we see this next clip, we'll get to the limo, because I think this applies to that limo situation. Mm-hmm. But I can understand there's some instance of having conversations, things being brought up. Would you ever do, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like you say, just you could be talking about something you've done for real. You could be talking about something you may think about, conversation. And yet when you get mad, don't go and use what you perceive to have heard, you know what I mean, in this conversation, and then come try to spray me with it like it don't. And the funny thing about it is it doesn't even match the person's character. So that's why it makes her look even more disgusting, because it's kind of like, well, look at who you even talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could probably say that about somebody else. And now I'm not saying anybody on that particular cast, but you know what I'm saying, in general, you could probably say like so-and-so, does this and do that, lies all the time. And because it's that person, you'd be like, well, yeah, I can, kind of believe that might be true. But no, like with this, like, girl, you kind of seem like you barking up the wrong tree. And like I said, it seems like you took one thing and twisted it around into another. And you look crazy.
Yes.
I said, clearly Carlos did not ask her back. I don't know who is responsible for bringing her back, but I really do hope that she is done after this.
Yes. I think so too, because I don't see anything that she has to offer.
Not a damn thing. She didn't add a damn thing to this conversation besides foolishness. And you didn't add a damn thing to your own story.
Yeah. Nothing. The most we got out of her was when she went fishing with her daddy.
And like I said, we had to wait 5 little seasons, 5 years or so before we got that. And that was still nothing. Like I said, we just, even wherever this deleted scene fit into, I'm almost certain it had to happen after Sonny left the stage.
Or you don't think it's before?
For some reason, I'm wondering how would it be before? Because I would think that she would have had more energy then, because you already kind of upset and ramped up or something.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like logically, because that's either way it go, whether it was before or after. There's a problem with you not having all of this to say about your own situation.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead. It's not buffering now, so I'm gonna let it play.
Okay.
There were conversations. There were situations where it is grooming. For you to have those type of open conversations with people consistently, it's grooming. You asking me to spend a night at your house multiple times. Mel, you've been witness to that. You can stay over. Like,
well, I told you need to get your ass up and go home. There was many nights me, you, Mel, Chris was up talking outside, having a good time, and who didn't want to go? Nope, you didn't want to go. You said get your ass up and go home. And you have spent the night at my house. Like, so what? You were, but why the hell was you were nervous? I know, you up here and like I never tried to touch you. I never came close to you. I never done anything. You were nervous about blood. But you said you were nervous. Like you weren't going around trying to have threesomes with your husband. Girl, you are lying. Girl, you're not open to it. I've never. All right, well, let's run. You know what? Did you not get on your knees and slap on the hook and a cook in the back of the limo on your 10-year anniversary in front of all of these people? Did it happen?
What does that have to do with
Did it happen?
What does that have to do with propositioning?
And you want to act like these women, everybody just because they don't respect you.
What does that have to do with propositioning a threesome, Destiny?
have married men and women. Well, let me tell you, be very careful about saying things that are inaccurate. Because you're saying, let me say that you're saying that I was walking around grooming somebody.
Did you get on your knees?
I have to answer for you. You weren't there. You weren't there, but I'm gonna.
But it happened. I'm not gonna get on my knees and slob on somebody's in front of people unless I want them to join in. That is what that is. That's grooming.
Did you ever feel like I was grooming you and Marcel to have a threesome with me and Martell?
Talk about the inappropriate text that you sent to Marcel.
What inappropriate text? Yeah, talk about it. What inappropriate text did I send to Marcel?
Tisha.
Okay, so I feel like at the time when Destiny speaks on the limousine situation, the whole situation, the limousine was Martel's idea. It was Martel's suggestion. He suggested that. And Mel was like, okay. And he got upset. He was like, y'all not gonna do it? We was like, hell no, we ain't doing that. But it was Martel.
So Can I ask about the inappropriate text?
And how did you hear about that? Because it was 6 people in the limo.
Oh, I told her when I was pissed off with Martel. When he made the statement at that adult game, that's when I was like, no, don't play me like that, dude. Like, stop it. But the inappropriate text message that I found out about later, Marcel text Mel, and I think he was like, I'm rooting for you guys, or I want y'all to win, or something like that. And Mel was like, you mean me and Martel, or just me? And I just felt like that right there was not a good response to a married man.
Do you remember that melody?
I don't remember that text, but hearing her say it, you know, she's allowed to feel however she felt about it. I can say at times Marcel would text positive stuff. Maurice, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When everything went down, all of us were super close. So Maurice used to counsel me a lot. I know he used to talk to Martel a lot. Marcel used to try to talk. Everybody was trying to fix it. If he texted me and said, man, I'm rooting for y'all, man. If I said me and Martel or just me, I probably wasn't fooling with Martel. Like, don't be rooting for me and Martel. Don't root for us. If you're gonna root for me solo. But if she felt that was inappropriate for her, that's how she felt. What I can tell you is none of these folks up here on this stage, except the one I was once married to, have I ever came on to. Have I ever been appropriate? Fletcher and Nell are here. They've been around as well. Ask them. I don't try to sit around and do inappropriate. I'm not even finna entertain it, to be honest. It's weird. And they haven't come on to me either. Nobody. So it's just, I don't know. It's weird.
We did stuff like that. I wouldn't tell her to get her ass up and go home. We don't.
And the thing is, I trust my husband with my friends. Like, they go through things. He give them advice. It is what it is. They're like my sisters. So I never thought anything about Marcel and Mel talking on the phone when her and Martel was going through the situation, or even before then, because Mel and Marcel used to get business advice from one another.
When she wanted to public speaking, we used to
get advice from Marcel. Marcel would go to her meeting, give her tips. Like, so I never thought of anything.
Obviously, it's no secret, right, that you Original Six have a sort of legacy, a history of friendships. And me being present now, just doing this show for the past 7 years, I even don't think there was ever any lines being crossed when it comes to y'all's couples. Nope. I think the beauty of y'all even today that I do see is there is this very, sometimes dysfunctional, but there is this level of respect that you guys have just based on the history. Yeah. And I don't believe for 1 second that any of you guys wanted each other. I don't think that. No. And the reason why we're bringing this up is because, again, I wanted you to be able to clear it based on the comment that was made, because it was thrown out in the air, and I wanted to be able to address it, okay?
And Tisha is the worst. Like, you contradicted yourself right in your own statement. Like, do you trust him with your friends or not? Like, that felt like the inappropriate text. It was such a reach. It was so, it starts to give that, like, I understand, not that I always understood why Mel decided to leave, but even with seeing this right here play out, it makes even more sense. You know what I mean? Like, Tisha, like, what are you saying? What are you doing? Yeah. But here we go again with Destiny, saying something somebody else told her and regurgitating it to somebody else as if it's her fact, And it's like, I don't know what happened in that limo, but sounds like Martell asked for something. Sounds like Mel said okay, and everybody else was not. That's what it sounds like now. Did she? But at the end of the day, what is up Destiny's ass to where it's her business to make sure everybody knows that she did? You know what I mean?
I think it's, how they said, to try to knock her down a peg or two, so we can knock her down. Some people look at her as being like so ladylike, so elegant, so demure. So we're gonna try to hold her up. But I feel like Destiny, honestly, I feel like Destiny wanted with her. I really do. I feel like she's, how they have, was it a single female thing or whatever? I think that she's desperate to want to be her friend.
It's definitely giving single Black female.
And then I don't know. I just think she's desperate. She wants that connection with her because she knows that connection with her could help her financially. Because remember, she even said before on one of the seasons that that Mel had said some things about her and made her lose some kind of business contact, something, or somebody decided not to do business with her because Mel was with her or whatever. But I'm like, girl, we didn't see you.
This is not how you do that, though.
No,
you know what I mean.
We can tell she's financially not. I think not where the rest of them are.
Right, correct.
Because just by looking at the little video, what is the storage unit?
The storage unit.
They talk about Martell being broke, and I had said this on the live. I said, but Martell, he's still building houses,
right?
So he still has the capital to get the materials to build a house. Right. Let me and you go and try to build a house and see how far we gonna get.
Right, that's the truth. That's the truth.
He still has the credit or something, to build a house. Even if I don't know if he's passed the test yet or whatever, but he still has the means to get the money to get the materials to build a house. And buy the land to build a house.
Right.
All those kind of things. So, but I think that yes, everything that she accuses Mel of, I think is really what she is or what she does. Because she's always, well, she said it on multiple occasions that like she could have had some female or something.
Yeah, but and I agree. That's like with the whole Lance deal. Saying like, well, she kind of was hitting on Jalen. You know what I mean? She kind of does have this thing about her, and so yeah, even with the dating, I don't date in town. Well, what's the purpose of that? You know what I mean? Like maybe because you like the bop to bop. You dating this one guy, you so engulfed and flirting with the man, you forgot this man's mother is sitting right here. You telling the man don't leave, so I agree. Like you probably, hot to trot. Maybe you thought you and Mel would have a different relationship being both single, but I don't know. She just seemed like she couldn't get out her own way. And really the way of not telling your own story, but trying to tell somebody else's. Yes. That's really the issue and what you got wrapped up in, Miss Dusty. You got wrapped up in trying to expose something else or make Mel look like she's not a good friend. And I think to go to that point too, Mel has seemed to lose a lot of different friends as the show has progressed, right? Like there's this narrative, you know what I mean, that forms around her in that way. But I think that if you look at it with the right set of eyes, depending, what that is, people do when you're trying to be successful and do different things, you're not going to really have those same interactions and relationships, that you once had because you're busy doing something else, now. And I think that that's where people have a hard time adjusting. And I think that that's the issue when it comes to male. Because even though, like I had mentioned about Quiet on the Potomac, about her not really being friends with the girls on the off season, and I think that that's Quad's issue when it comes to being on Married to Madison. Or right. So same with Destiny and Mel. Like when she wanted to throw her under the bus about, well, I haven't heard from Mel since we finished rapping, because the consensus is she's only my friend for the show. You know what I mean? When it's over. So Mel answered, her right there and kind of said, well, when we're done with this, I need to unload. And it was still a lot going on with them. You know what I mean? So I felt like I understood that completely. And I didn't understand from a person who withheld their own information. I don't understand why that was so hard for her to get,
Yeah.
And now she's been on the Martell train ever since. Because really, that's like you just being Martell's guard dog.
Because, even also when she said when Mel had offered her to stay the night. And I like how Nell said, yeah, and I told you take your ass home. But I'm like, she offered you to stay the night because y'all all were there having a good time, probably drinking. And she probably thought, okay, so she wouldn't get a DUI like Maurice.
Right.
That, okay, you stay here. You're my friend. You could go ahead and stay here. Then she said she was nervous, but didn't she stay?
But that's the point. Like, if you was nervous, what are you doing around at all?
And then my thing is, too, if you think that she was trying to groom you because of the talks that she would have, don't you think that if she was married to Martell, that he's the mastermind behind it?
Well, exactly. Just like he the mastermind behind you repeating all this crap. I mean, that's exactly it. Like what are you talking? That's why she doesn't make any. It doesn't make any sense to me. And what they, I've been having to use this lately. But it's like I didn't learn a damn thing from that recording because. Like when that was when Drew brought out that doggone tape recorder. I didn't learn a damn thing from that recording. That's with Destiny. I didn't learn a damn thing from what you call yourself wanting to expose.
Yeah, just trying to spray her with
except for what I did learn is Dusty, you're not a good friend. That is what I feel like the moral of the story is.
Yeah, if you're not going to be my friend, I'm going to make up things or I'm going to tell on you and make the world not.
And that's the thing, right? Like you say, I like how Kimmy saying, how do you know that information? Because you wasn't even in there. And they go back. I think I mentioned it before about I said the same thing about those 6. Like I understand that they have a pact. You know what I mean? Yeah. Something, and I mean pact, whatever you want to call it, but respect, whatever it is. But and rightfully so. You wouldn't go. I wouldn't want to go into anything like that. Especially we talking first start now, y'all pitched, y'all starting this thing together. So I wouldn't want to go into something like that with friends of mine who I thought I couldn't trust with certain things. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just, and I feel that way in general. Like if we go hanging out somewhere, don't put me with the girl who go running her mouth, and it don't mean anything is going on. It's just. For the people who, you know what I mean? The people who was there, we have a good time. If you wasn't, we don't need to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I feel like
maybe you'll get that the next time. Maybe you'll have your own story or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
I think that Destiny, aka Dusty, also don't have anything to lose like the others do. I mean, because what she got going on, Madani.
What you say? Going for broke. That's what, so she going for broke, huh? That's it.
Because the other ones, I mean,
But she should have did that to Sonny though, like that, and that's the other part. Is like right here, right now, this feels so off balance. Like, where is all of this smoke for Mel? Mel ain't here, paid you dust.
No,
like total dust, right? Dusty, God, she paid you all of the dust, and here you are with all this smoke for Mel. Had nothing for Sonny. Well, whatever smoke you seem to have, it was, non-existent. A little.
Yeah, I mean, because only thing she did to me, she was like how they say you throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying to see what was going to stick. Because everything that all of her examples still was not an example of
not at all.
Her. And you brought up about, like you said, secondhand information that was told to you. So you got mad, and you're mad or whatever because Melody doesn't want to be a friend. Mm-hmm. So you used what Tisha said out of anger, because her and Martell was going back and forth at that adult field day or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Which she set the damn blaze for in the first place.
Which that's the reason why Destiny, you writing your own, putting your own nail in your coffin, because either one or two things has happened, which that nobody wants to admit when Mel calls them out about stuff. But I think she said it in one of the breaks or something on the reunion, is like they did all have a meeting about however way they wanted to, attack Mel, for lack of better words, or Destiny, you just showed your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you did say that after Tisha told you and she had no idea that you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't part of the plan. Now you've exposed yourself, as one that's about to do. So with that being said, even with Mel being gone, you didn't just burn the bridge with these other two that had been your friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I believe, first of all, I don't believe Kimmy knew that this was about to go down. And Tisha put her hands over her face. So, I mean, and to use such language, grooming. I mean, she used the word so she can get that, that
buzz.
Yeah. And because we only use that when when we're talking about usually a minor.
Exactly.
We're not talking about no grown ass 40-something-year-old woman.
Well, I think you do. We actually, that's what I said. It is used in adult spaces, but generally it's used to talk about like statuses, what I mean? Like, so somebody of like your a person's boss or something, doing that with one of the subordinates. But at the same, but so like you said, it is, no different than when we do the sex trafficking, like little stuff like that, where it has this broad definition. Mm-hmm. But you use it in this way that that's not what that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about adults, all of the same age group and status, having a conversation. If you was uncomfortable with the conversations, why did you participate in any further? You know what I mean? If this is there were more than one, so at what point do you say, I'm uncomfortable with this, if you felt that's what was going on? But you couldn't have, because you still friends with Martell. That's what I said. That's Martell's battery that's in her back.
And you see his answers for it. First he goes, I don't know anything. First he said, I don't know anything, whatever Destiny says. Then he go, I'm kidding. But then he couldn't remember.
And that's the reason why I say that's his battery in her back, because she turned to him and she said, didn't we have that conversation on your back porch? And it was like, so what, to me, what she was looking for him to do was validate what she was saying because he's the one that told her at least that part of what she was saying. It's the same thing with the being on the phone with Ariane talking about teaching her how to respectfully cheat. We saw that story before.
Yes.
We heard that story before out of Markel's mouth.
Yes, respectfully.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. And she throws that stuff out there though. And I just feel like too, this whole grooming thing, I think it was such a low thing to do, because we're thinking about the here and now, but you're not thinking about the future. And you're sitting here saying this stuff, which is going to be everywhere forever, where her kids can come and look at it. You know what I'm saying? And to say something that somebody was trying to pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do.
Right. Like I said, I feel like the only drawback is that in this case, this has backfired.
Oh, yes.
And it's really just because of who. You know what I mean? Like, and that, like, I think we don't talk about character well enough. You know what I mean? Especially when we think about reality stars, because it's like you can be created into this character. I think Mel has been created into this villainous, type of character. But on the surface, she's not. You know what I mean? Like, we all get it. She's not a villain. And so you attached yourself to what they say, you put your hitch on the wrong horse, you attached yourself to the wrong horse, and now here you are exposed and like you say, just throwing spaghetti on the wall. Because using the word like grooming is very, that's a bit much. That's far.
Yeah, it is.
And with your former friend. That's helped you out in different places. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that, like, girl, you raggedy for that. She is super, definitely
raggedy and dusty.
She has earned that. Now I get it. I didn't understand why everybody was just determined to call this lady Dusty. But baby, I get it now, and you guys can carry on.
Yeah,
carry on, because she has proven herself to be Dusty.
Well, when she first entered the reality TV world, I really didn't care for the character she was trying to play.
Oh, absolutely not. I told you, Destiny never had to come back after her first bout. Like, I never had to see any more about Destiny's story. All the way up until this very day, I don't need to know why she got divorced from her husband. I don't want to know if she know who the baby daddy is. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, it was so much that I had not paid attention to her story that I had no idea she was going live every Monday, recapping the show, and talking about Sunny. Because again, who was listening? None of those clips was coming up on anybody's feed.
No.
So nobody, I don't know who was listening, but and yeah, again, I feel like we all again, and that's what like me watching Carlos's demeanor with her during the reunion. It looked like Carlos is over her shit too.
Yeah, because that's why you pulled her on the carpet about it, because you said about filming. So we wanted to get this out there and explain yourself, because it makes no sense.
And then with him being the one that called Sonny and Moses, because we all know he messy anyway. So that even let me know even further. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who is in charge of asking her back, because we don't want her.
No,
and like I said, even bringing Sonny and Moses, it didn't add anything. It didn't add any value to her story. It actually made me dislike her even more, because I don't want to hear from Sonny and Moses either.
No,
take them all with you.
Yes. So, what are you guys thinking in the chat?
Yeah, we got anybody joining us?
I see 5 on so far, so.
But yeah, Destiny never had to come back after that first season. She really never did. Never gave
No.
anything, and she still is giving nothing. Like that, like I said, that deleted scene, it belonged deleted. So,
Yes.
I'm not even really sure why we even got the tidbit we got in the little teaser, because I think, and maybe Mel should, it's unfortunate because I think there's a lot of little things going on with Carlos and a couple of his different shows. And I guess some of the ex-employees are disgruntled. And it really sucks because he's trying to build himself, but it looks like this little stuff, you know what I mean, might be the demise of it. Just because maybe you're not taking your P's and Q's, or maybe you taking messy a little too far. You know what I mean? And we in a different day now. You know what I mean? We're not in that time frame. Where we were when reality first started.
Yeah,
People are
exactly.
suing people for defamation. And I listen, and if somebody needs to, I say go for it. You know what I mean? Because
Yes. I
to
think
let them know.
definitely, because Destiny needs to be held accountable for that.
She for sure does. And again, and you have so much going on that you should be concerned about. It serves you right to have your tail somewhere in court fighting Melody about some mess out your damn mouth when you got enough to worry about with you and this man having DV and fraud and all this other stuff.
Yes.
It baffles me how you even had enough time to withhold that information somewhere in your brain to use it for later. With everything that's going on in your life, you got time to store all of that information about her.
Well, I think she probably was thinking, maybe I'm going to make sure this the reunion be a blast. And I'm, like they said, you remember how Sheree did on the last season of Roa, when she had out the little book for Candy, and
she tried. That was
tried. And I think this is the same thing. She tried to secure for the next season.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it was ridiculous.
I guess. I guess. I don't because I'm not even sure who gave her that advice when you got your own, like your own things going on. That's what I'm saying. Like that's delusional.
It is.
Like that's delusional. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know, with so much that you have going on. You trying to, and listen, I tried not to make fun of her about the storage unit. Really, because I'm just this person that's like, look, keep going, do how you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? F the naysayers. But here's the other part. Here we go again with, don't you have enough going on that you can't even figure out like how I'm gonna remember what Mel did on her 10th anniversary that Tisha told me, 7 months ago. Like, girl,
really?
You literally have your business in a storage unit. Like, you do have other things that your energy can be put on.
Yes.
That that's big, why I said, Mel, do this, lady. Go for it. And Carlos, because maybe, like I said, maybe together there needs to be a lesson. Maybe it ain't got nothing to do with Carlos, because like I said, Carlos seemed to be fed up with Destiny anyway, and they seem to have a back and forth like they don't like each other, and I would understand why.
Yes,
I would understand why, but their banter doesn't seem friendly.
No.
It doesn't seem friendly. It seemed like, you know what I mean? Catty. That's more like
very
it.
catty.
Seemed more catty.
But you said she lose her earrings like she lose her men.
Right. Damn, right? And that was when they first came out, child.
Plus, she was already late because her dress didn't get there or whatever.
Exactly, honey. But listen, she deserved every bit.
Yes.
Every bit. If this is what you walked your tail out there to sit on and come out with, like, yeah, you deserve every bit. And like I said, it deserved to be deleted. And I hate that they put the little bit that they did and that this is even something that is circulating. Just because it's nonsense.
It is.
It's nonsense.
And yeah, and it sure backfired on it because every blogger I heard talk about it has wrapped their hands around her Destiny's neck. Even the ones who like her. They're like, friend.
Bad. Because again, even if you like, even for the ones who like her, like, real talk, you had time for this? Like, you had time for this. Because anybody that, like, even with the ones who like her, at the end of the day, we will be rooting for your success. Yes. For you to, come out on top. But this is the bottom of the gutter, honey. Like, you are, in the gutter with the rats. You know what I mean? Like, coming out with this mess.
Nothing with substance.
Nothing with substance.
No.
Nothing. And the funny thing is, it doesn't let Sunny off the hook because we're in two separate, situations. And also, Sunny she wasn't privy to this. You know what I mean? Like, so she wasn't judging Destiny off of those actions. She was judging Destiny off of whatever her guy. She basically, which goes to show why they probably was the way that they are, because it's the same thing that Destiny did with Martell. Like, you letting him tell you and feed you everything that Mel is. And because you are in this place with her, you're okay to believe it because it lines up with whoever this person is you created in your mind.
Yes, that's right. I don't know, but she's deplorable.
It is. Please do not have her back. Please do not have her back. She's going to have to figure it out on her own. And good luck to Miss Dusty.
Yes.
Dusty Destiny. Good luck to you. We want you to be successful. We just don't want to see you on our screens anymore.
That's right. Not doing
this. That's with love. Like, that is with love, honey. Yeah, I can believe it.
Ridiculous. I mean, the conversations, and then to go try to like argue with her about being on her knees. I'm like, girl, if she was.
And then she say with a hook and a crook, which here we go again. There you go, spewing Martell's language. But here's the other thing, even better. How the hell would you know? Number one. Number two, hook and a crook sound like you talking about any random penis. Like that, like, because that's the other thing too. Even like whether it was appropriate or not to get down in front of your two couple friends, that's a separate conversation from sucking on the hook and the crook. Because if I'm sucking my husband, that, you know what I'm saying, that's my husband. You know what I mean? Like, so you put it out there as if there's an insinuation that there was somebody else. Here we go again with that. Like, see, you got to be quicker to.
Yeah, because she's
really trying quicker than that. Like,
because she's really, I feel like, trying to hold her up. Make her look like the biggest.
Right, exactly. Which isn't that Martell's MO?
Yeah.
But that's what I said. Like, let's go back. He just had to turn himself in about these harassing communications. What's the harassing communications? Oh, he screenshotted where he formulated this screenshot of Mel doing something, and it probably was the freaking limo. That's like probably how all of this stuff is coming all back, like connecting dots or whatever. But yeah, going back to connecting these dots, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you was going to try to make it seem like that was her with somebody else. Now we get all the way to the reunion, and here's Destiny using verbiage, you know what I mean? Like, and trying to insinuate, like that she just out here sucking random penises and limos. You know what I mean? Like that's what you wanted people to pick up on.
And then because only thing Tisha said is Martell suggested and Melody said yes. She didn't say it was an act. She just said, because I mean, she could have been like, yeah, being very sarcastic or whatever. Or
exactly. That's the reason why Destiny not invited no fucking well. Because there we go again. That's what I'm saying. I believe she taking things. You took something somebody told you and changed the whole context. However, you wasn't there. So it's not even for you to be going to, repeat to somebody else. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you just changed the whole context.
She got the whole movie scene in her head. On your knees with the hook and the crook. I'm like, girl. And if she did, them other couples didn't have nothing to say about it because they still all hung out. And if she did, let's say if she did.
Well, here's the other thing. Clearly, if nobody, and then we go with Tisha, like Tisha, that's what I said, where it comes to Destiny, you really just putting the nail in your own coffin, because even if Mel stayed, like you don't have any, relationship with her. You only have Kimmy and Tisha to film with. So you in turn take what Tisha told you and now you throw her under the bus, because one thing's for sure, nobody was that limo situation happened during the first season when they remember the Scotts had planned to take them out and got them a limo. That got to be when they talking about.
Yeah.
That was the 10, and that's the reason why they did that for their 10 year, because they wasn't going to celebrate it. So they said, oh, well, we gonna decided to take y'all out to dinner or whatever. So going back to that, what I'm saying is nobody was ever gonna know about whatever else happened whenever.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Like they're like, going to, like, just to say that's what solidified it with me with Kenya when she did that in South Carolina.
Yes,
it was that same thing, because hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had everybody grown, nobody hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need for you to do that. And same with her. You know what I mean? Like, everybody there was all right with what happened. So Tisha, you let the cat out the bag. It's really your fault in that sense. Which is what I'm saying with Destiny. You're burning that bridge, because I can't be friends with somebody like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if I tell you something, it ain't for you to go blabbing, you know what I'm saying, somewhere else, especially if you changing up the scenario.
Exactly. She gonna blow up the spot on the dang on reunion.
Right.
And then you created this whole scene in your mind. So you add what they say, you putting 10 on 20 or 20 on 10.
Exactly. 20 on 10. Okay.
I'm like, oh my goodness. And you got this whole vision in your head of how it went down. And that's why Melody said, but what does that have to do with grooming you? Nothing.
Not one thing. And that's what I'm saying. That's how we know that that's Martell's battery.
Yeah, and I like how
Martell get your ass right in the unemployment line. Now, she already was talking about how she had to be on public assistance and everything. There had to be once them checks drawed up or something. But now you about to have your tail right back in that same position, because you, like I say, you attached yourself to the wrong horse.
She had to be on. I kind of do remember that.
Yeah, she would this is, and again, none of this was ever on the show, but I think it might have happened during reunion, because I think she was trying to explain, or maybe it was actually on her interview with Carlos King. Maybe that's where it actually was, where she said it at. But yeah, after she had to get the divorce from LeBerick, whatever, she, how she had to close the store down, she had to get public assistance. Mel helped her out, with a check.
Oh, and then that's okay. And then she also said that she helped mail out too. Remember? Because Mel tried to get a rental car or something. And
yeah.
And Mel was like, "Wait a minute, I paid you directly." Because she didn't even have that much room on the credit card.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
Yes. I'm like, okay, she only has the one child, right? Law? Mm. Well, I guess. And she had to get on public assistance.
That's what she said, honey. That is what she said.
Wow.
If it's a lie, it's her. She told it. Like,
I mean, because how old is Law? He's like what, a toddler or 4 or 5 or something?
I mean, he might be like 5 now, I'm guessing.
And she like 42, so you had kids late in life?
Yeah.
You had to get on public assistance?
That's what she said. That sounds
crazy to me. I mean, does it sound crazy to you?
Yeah, but listen, I told you that's what she said, but that's okay because she about to have to get it again. So now she already know the process. Like,
I mean, like, you around all these people, entrepreneur, Black excellence, and you had to get on.
Well, I think when she came back, because Martell might have said, like, why you ain't tell nobody or something? Like, basically, she just blames it on her being private. So, like, she, like, basically, nobody knew she was going through all that. Like, no duh, because here you are on this reality show, and we don't know anything about you either.
Wow, public assistance.
Which is why Nell is done with her, because with that whole age thing, she was like, oh, no.
Girl, because she could have got a job at Nell's daycare center.
Okay. I
don't understand that one.
Probably you in this world, like she probably fumbled into meeting LeBaric. LeBaric has this group of friends, you know what I mean? Like, and so she fumbled into this group of friends.
Okay.
I think this is going back to Tiffany, because Tiffany was very condescending during her time on the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like she was condescending because she felt like she could be, which means there had to be some truth to, like, it's like when I was saying she was making fun of where she lived, like, is this Detroit? Is this that? So with that being said, also knowing that she doesn't have the like maybe she doesn't have what she needs to kind of move in the spaces that they in.
So, how did she meet Martell? Not in
college? I believe so. Let me see how the story go, because I don't know if it was her that went to school with Martell, but I know it's him and LeBaric are friends. Because I don't know exactly where she grew up at, like what her background is. You know what I'm saying? But I know she said that she's known Martell for a long time. So I thought she may have mentioned them going to school. Excuse me. Ooh. Bless you. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. But I'm not really sure like what time frame that was. I don't know if it was college. I don't know if it was part of high school. It don't sound like it was high school, because I think that was Trisha's deal. But again, it just seemed like if that wasn't her crowd. Because like with Martell, was not like the polished, put together person either. Like, like he was kind of rough. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say, like, maybe she just fell into this group of people. You trying to keep up with them, but you can't.
Like Sweet Tea?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean. And some people got it, some people don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Some people got it, some people don't.
Because it just seems like she's so like desperate. And
it's desperation.
And then it only made me really notice it, on the girls' trip. And when I'm just like, girl, I guess because the kind of woman I am, I just could not kiss nobody ass to be my friend. I just can't. And
it's kind of what for me. It's one of the you can't have both. What you can't have it both ways. It's gonna be one or the other. You either want to be this girlfriend or you don't. Now that's just going back to Contessa with the Dr. Heavenly thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like she irritates me because clearly here we are again, and your husband does control you. Because I think that's the only reason why she still has that gripe or is feeding into that gripe with Dr. Heavenly. Like, you want to be that lady friend. You know what I mean? So why don't you be honest? So same with her. It's like if you want to be a friend, then say it. And every time she, like if she don't give you nothing or whatever, so what? Because if you want to be a friend, then just say you want to be a friend. Like it doesn't serve you any purpose to do this.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? That's not serve any purpose at all.
Because you done crashed and burned it. Now I have nothing to do with you. Bitch, don't look my way. If I see you on the street and you need help, I'm not even going to help you. So it's just, I just hate that she used those words. I mean, those words, they stick, when you put it to something. And so she was very intentional of trying to throw that grooming out there.
Yeah, she definitely was.
I'm like, oh, girl. I mean, like, does somebody need to get her a Webster's dictionary?
Yeah, she definitely was.
Because I don't know what her dusty ass thought. I mean, and I already wasn't
thinking.
No, because I already wasn't liking her dress and the way her breast was fitting in him anyway.
I'm saying that's what I'm like, girl. Like they look a mess.
That blonde hair. I'm like, oh, Destiny, you dusty for real. Because this is just what they say, a
bottom of the barrel. That's what I said. You down in the gutter with the rats. You know what I mean? Getting up whatever scraps you can get. Like that's what I get from it. That's what it says to me.
Yes.
That's what it says to me, honey. Like, yeah.
But I think everything she tries to accuse Mel of is what exactly she is. When she said Mel mom was trying to pimp her, I'm like, was her mother trying to pimp her? Because we know her mother had some drug addiction in Detroit that had her to come down to Alabama. So these things to me are familiar with what you know or used to do or whatever. Because nobody else is using this kind of commentary down there.
Right.
Pimping, grooming. Nobody's doing that. I mean, this could have been, she need to be on Love and Hip Hop or something.
She don't need to be anywhere. She needs to be in her bag and in her own life.
Yes. In her bag, in that goddamn storage unit.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's what she needs to be.
In that storage unit. And she's probably hating life. When you see other people being successful in their own right, and looks like everyone else is doing better than she is. And I don't know.
And with that nasty evilness that you're spewing out, I can see why.
Yeah.
I can see why. You know what I mean? Like, because what's supposed to come? What's supposed to come to you when this is what you're giving out?
Girl. But when she took that fishing trip with her dad, I'm like, I'm petty, I guess. But I thought, well, damn, is that her dad's truck or that's hers? Because have we ever seen her riding anything?
I have no idea. I have no idea because we don't see anything very personal of Destiny. I don't think we've ever filmed in her home. I don't know what kind of car she has. Like, we know Marceau and Maurice got the little sports cars that they have. Like, I don't know. But that's all we kind of keep coming to. Other reasons why, like, Destiny doesn't need to come back. Because that's what I mean. All of this time. And they go back to, I mean, part of this is why she doesn't see any success. You don't share anything. Like, like I was telling my mom, even with her business. You get on the reality show, it's a good idea for you to have something going on. You know what I mean? So that you can try to promote your business, transfer whatever your popularity or whatever translates over to. You got something going on, you can sell to people, whatever. So with the beauty supply, cool. But my point with Destiny is you still got to do something even for that. Like, it doesn't just because you on this show and just because you have this business doesn't mean that it's like the people gonna buy it, because you actually do have to give them something too. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, outside of a good product, but just out your personality. That's what it is that's bringing people over, to even do anything. That ding, ding, ding. That's the reason why Mel is able to, have the success she had. Stormy got pissed off with them because Stormy had her stuff before she came to Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I knew that because I ended up researching her, because when she came on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I hadn't heard of her when Mel had introduced her. So I ended up looking up, her company. And yeah, she had, and then so once I looked up her company, she was already in Target. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, because that was when I noticed, like, oh, that's in Sally and stuff like that. So that's why she kind of, that first season she was on, I remember her saying something to them in that effect. Like, basically, she had what she had before that show. And not that they didn't. Some of them were, if they're not already millionaires, well on their way. But of course, the show has helped their businesses. You know what I mean? And so, like I'm saying with Destiny, reason why you don't see that is because you're not giving anything of yourself, because that is the common denominator in why their businesses have seen increase, because they give pieces of themselves, to these people. You can't expect something for nothing. And that's the problem. That is it with Destiny. She wants something for nothing. That's usually the broke person's mindset, you know what I mean? Which goes to show that maybe again, she found herself in a community of people that she wasn't used to navigating around.
Okay.
And now she has to, now she's trying to keep up with them. She's trying to move like them. But yeah, no, it's not gonna work, Dusty.
You can only, she's Dusty. You can only fake it for so long. And like I said, we're not seeing anything. And I even thought about, remember when Tisha and Marceau, when they moved into that small house of theirs, they still filmed from there. It was a small regular home, They filmed from there or whatever. I think, even if she is down on her luck, she could show that. People may feel sorry for her. It's like, we try to buy your product because we're trying to help you out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to give some of yourself. You know what I mean? And like you said, a person, that's part of being a personality. Like, you got to have a personality. You know what I'm saying? Like,
girl, because you remember when she had the Holly grand opening, she gonna damn do for Madani. Because remember the one where the shit show they had?
Exactly.
And
it all goes down every time she have an event.
And I'm like, who is getting her wardrobe together?
Yeah.
And them little titties, and they so far apart. And
look, the same one that's getting Sunny ready, because that's what I said. And Sweet Tea. because they don't know where no Spanx at, a good bra, and those are just basic things. You know what I mean? Like that just kind of help you look better in your clothes.
I'm like, God, dog. Yeah, because I mean, so you seen Sweet T's video of her looking all sad, talking about she might not be at the reunion?
No, but Zara had told me about it because I don't necessarily catch many of her videos, but that's what she did tell me about it. And, you know, it's kind of like, girl,
she's looking like, woe is me. Then on there, I'm like, dang, because the one video that Azara did put up, I'm like, why don't she ever have a proper fitting bra? Them breasts was down to her belly.
I already know.
And I don't even think she had a bra on. If she did, honey, it was just covering. It was just
a mess.
And she's over there looking sad because even what's his name? DJ Sky Richie. You ever heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
He did a whole little a live about going over what she said or whatever. And he was like basically saying if the way she's looking and how he just think it'd be best for her not to be on the show. I said, I think that she is probably got anxiety because she know these girls coming for her.
Well, that's what I told Azara is, and Destiny does fit this script also. She live in the comments. Yeah. And it is something to be said. Like, if you're going to play this role to whatever the people saying in the comments, then go. Wendy is another one. Even though Wendy, she's, I don't know. I got a different. But I do think she pay attention to what people are saying. But I'm saying, as long as you playing to the comment section, you're gonna always look like you all over the place. You're gonna look like you don't know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, and really, all we're talking about is just getting a decent stylist. You know what I mean? Somebody who's gonna hand you a pair of Spanx. Because ain't nobody told you, you know, like you ain't gotta go get nipped and tucked. Like nobody's even suggesting, at least I'm not suggesting that she need a BBL because that was her first. And like they want me to go get a BBL like everybody else. Like no, but you can use a pair of Spanx. Like you can, you know, suck that in a little bit, huh?
Who said that?
Sweet Tea. Girl. I think this was last season. Like she was just kind of like she's determined to be unlike those girls.
But she is. She don't gotta be determined.
That's my point though. When you get determined, you kind of go out your way to stick out. You know what I mean? I agree with you. Like it's certain parts of you that you don't have to worry about being different. You know what I mean? From them.
Because
but like so going to the body type, that's what. So she was comparing, saying they all been nicked and tucked and plucked or whatever. Like you know, so she wants to do this. Her body is natural deal. Be natural. Pull that fucking stomach in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Girl, I should pull up that video. But
you know what I'm saying? Be natural. Push them titties together. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like look good in your clothes. That has nothing to do with being pulled, nipped, and tucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if she could get somebody around her to help her understand that, because that's what, like, my point in why she looked the way she do is because she feels like she doesn't need to do anything that these other ladies are doing because she's determined to be, you know, to stick out and be different.
Girl, but her whole demeanor, the way she holds her lip, like through this, I mean. She just seems very awkward to me. I mean, she's just awkward. And I can't get it. She's just awkward. I know she's young, but she don't look young to me. No, her and Greg don't look 23 years apart.
They don't. I agree.
I said, I think he looks a little younger and she looks a little older. I'm not going to, but even like her first season, and I remember before the season started, they were doing a bunch of reels. And it was Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Sweet Tea, and possibly Dr. Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
And they was they did a little dance. And Sweet Tea was she was offbeat. and she looked a freaking mess.
I'm
like,
sure.
Girl, she looked a mess. She on a dress or a skirt. I mean, she looked a mess. I'm like, that ain't Toya. Who the hell is that? And then, because I thought she was pregnant. I mean, like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put that stomach in.
Girl, I'm like, and you coming on to a show, me, the man and woman I am.
I mean, some of us don't go to the grocery store looking the way Sweet Tea come out looking. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's not about being nipped and tucked. It's just when you look good, you feel good. So put some of that shit up, girl.
Put something on that fit right, because that bra, her bras used to get on my nerves. I'm like,
I'm telling you,
girl, it be like a double chested right here. I'm like, I'm not here. I'm a flat chested girly, but still.
Again, I like to look good in my clothes. I don't like my clothes to look like they hanging off of me out. You know what I mean? I like to wear my clothes, not the clothes wear me, you know. And that's, you know, like I say, maybe she don't have a lot of confidence, and maybe it shows, you know what I mean, in just in the way she shows up, in a sense. Because she need a good stylist.
She does.
Or maybe Gregory is not willing to pay for a stylist. Maybe that's what we're saying. Maybe she need another season so she can pay for her own stylist.
But shit, she said she don't need the show.
Oh, well then I guess we won't see them anymore.
The other ladies need the show, and she works for the government. Hell, she don't have any kids. I'm pretty sure he pay all the bills.
Well, then we shouldn't see them anymore.
Girl, no, we shouldn't. And maybe that's what she's trying to do with this whole, because she even mentioned on that live that she really don't see Dr. Mimi. You know, she really don't talk to her. And then she threw Toya under the bus on her live. And, you know, I'm only getting what they got out there in the blog, so I haven't watched her live all the way through. But I'm like, Dr. Heavenly had already said none of them was fucking with her.
Well, so I don't know how much of the show Sweet Tea ever watched before, but if she watched it before, then what I feel like they did is they convinced her that they were done with Quad. And they did try to get rid of Quad last season, because I saw that coming all the way, because when we knew Dr. Gregory was getting married, you start seeing Simone and Jackie and Heavenly posted up with her, you know what I mean? So it was clear that something was gonna go down where Quad was concerned. So they convinced her probably that Quad wouldn't be a part of the show, that they was gonna push her out. Well, Quad managed to apologize to everybody and squeeze her way back in, and so now here we are, and you on this show with Quad, and now everybody then turned their back on you, who told you that they was done with Quad. So that's why she, you know, just out on the limb by herself.
But I think also, well, according to Dr. Heavenly, that they say Sweet Tea be coming with the shit. She said for some reason they'll never really show it. She said, I guess that's the way they try to edit her. She said, but she got a mouth on her too. And what did she say?
It's probably to her benefit.
She said that I guess Toya got mad at her when she pushed Toya. And Toya told her, don't you ever push me again. So I don't know, but all I know is one time Toya put up a post and she said, I wish we can get back to this. And it was everybody in the picture except for Sweet Tea. Even Phaedra was in there.
Well, see, and the bad thing about it is Quad should know that better than anything. They did Quad the same way. Like, I feel like it was kind of the same thing happened with Stormy. Like, our country, they have those accents, you know what I mean? And maybe their English is not spoken as proper as everybody else's.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, and they try to like weaponize that, because that don't make that's why Stormy was mad at the other people, because they, like she said, y'all trying to play me like I'm not that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got more money than all of y'all. Like, but yet you wanted to make fun of my dialogue and my, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that, you know, and we know, just even as Black people, we know that that's enough to get under people's skin, because we know how people view that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. So that's what I think. Like with Sweet Tea, that's the problem with her not having the confidence, because you knew that part going in. You know what I'm saying? Like say, outside of them turning on you, basically, because they probably, like, they did have her feeling like they was gonna usher her in. And then, like I said, I can imagine she do have a mouth, because she's not polished. So she, she talk like everybody else. So like when we talking about Heavenly saying she don't know why the edits, well, the edits is probably more beneficial to T than not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But it still don't match. It still wouldn't even match the format of what we're looking at. So like there we go with the all mess ain't good mess, or kind of like that. So even with what I could imagine it is, she probably say to y'all that we ain't seen, it's because it's coming out country as fuck. Excuse my French. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially when she said on her live that when she said that Quad may be jealous of her. She said, because I'm married to medicine and I work in did she say in the medical, I want to say medical field or something to that she said. And then I'm like, don't Quad got it. Did she used to be like
I think she was like in pharmaceutical sales
pharmaceutical
or something.
Sales. I'm like, she has a bachelor's in something, probably medical. I'm like, what? Girl.
Yeah, Sweet Tea is delusional if she thinks that Quad is jealous of her about anything.
Girl.
She is delusional. And that's what makes me say she lives in the comments, because those are the only people that can be telling you that, and Greg. Like, because nobody else believes that.
Girl, because I had watched this girl's live, and the girl probably only had maybe 2,000 subscribers, right? On YouTube. But she's like pro Sweet Tea. Girl, Sweet Tea was up in the comments. I said, girl, it was probably maybe 40 or 50 people watching the live.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I'm saying I never know that, because I don't watch none of Sweet Tea. I don't even follow her on Instagram. But I can just tell by the things she say and the behavior. Like, you listening to the comments. Maybe not the right comments, because you probably should listen to the ones that's telling you to get a good bra and put on some Spanx. And you might see your confidence come up, like, once you start doing it. But she definitely, to throw out a phrase like Quad is jealous of her, you got that shit from one of your crazy ass supporters.
Quad had the man, she ain't want him.
Yeah, well, we know that, and like I said on one of my lives about them, it's my opinion. Greg doesn't want Quad either. True. Like, you know what I mean? It's that's my opinion. Let's just think about how, devastating and tumultuous their relationship is. I think what we see is people like having PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of, reacting to that. But as far as either one of them wanting the other one, I don't think either one of them want the other one. Like, I think that they are very happy to be out of what their situation they was in. Now, is it possible that during the time, during the game, while Quad is talking about, having sex 15 times a day and ready to, have a baby, is it possible that there could be thoughts of, especially coming from Greg, of a hope, a wishful thought, like, oh, it would have been nice for that to have worked out. It would have been nice for him to had experienced that with her, because that was somebody you actually had wanted to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so that's what I mean. I feel like that's part of the PTSD. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what we see him reacting to. But as far as still wanting to be with her, no, I don't think so at all. And same with Quad, like I don't. And then when we go to Quad and Sweet Tea, like that's why if Sweet Tea get out the comments and get in her bag, then she'll realize that really whatever is being drudged up between you and Quad, if you follow the play, it is for TV, because y'all really don't have any reason to be mad at each other. You know what I mean? So like, if you get out the comments and get in your bag, then you be able to catch on, like to what's happening,
like this is for TV.
Before you be on the couch reviewing the show and you ain't on it no more.
I don't think the way she was over there looking like she was about to boo-hoo, but I think one of the other things
this is what I'm saying. If she catch up, if you catch on, you know what I'm saying? Like, catch on, because and stay out the comments. You know what I mean? Like, I think I was watching one of Carlos King's lives, and he did say it best. The comments is for everybody else, like to go in and talk to each other and to whatever. Like, so you as the reality star, you shouldn't be in the comments trying to figure out what it is they saying and what they think, because then it's not for you. It's even if they're trying to directly talk to you, it's not for you. Like, it's for them. It's for everybody on Instagram to go. What we do, I tell people all the time, when I see a post with Tyrese, whether it's on his page or somebody else's page, I go directly to the comments because I want to see what they got to say.
Exactly. And like Candy and Tiny, that's the first thing they say: stay out of the comment section.
Stay out the comments, like, but then you can stay true to who you are, And so that's what I mean. Like, you could actually figure out, like, okay, this is part of the game, like so they want to see a little something between you and her. You can give them a little something without going, without that what it is we got to, but that's because you two wrapped up in thinking this girl got, what I'm saying, like, want you or want your man or jealous of you. Like, she really believes that. So when you filming with this lady, you sitting here looking, what I'm saying, thinking she wants your man, and no, that's
not true. She is highly mistaken. Highly mistaken. I mean, oh Lord.
Yeah, highly. That's what I'm saying. Like she gonna listen. She gonna be doing the next season from her couch, and she not gonna be on the show if she don't, like, figure it out. But but my thought really is that I like Quad, and I do have an affinity, like for having the original group and keeping them together. But as time goes on and on and on, for me, it is Quad that doesn't fit in with the group. And I do think that it might be time for her exit. She doesn't hang out with these girls. It's been their gripe since the beginning, and following their Instagrams and things, I would have to say that that's true. You know what I mean? And maybe it is an age thing. Maybe it's a profession thing, like, because we feel like outside of Toya, and well, I'm leaving Sweet Tea out of it, but outside of Toya, because she married to Eugene, everybody else has a physician schedule, for the most part. You think, and so rightfully so, Quad would have a different set of friends to do certain things with because you're friends with two OBGYNs. You know what I mean? Like, it's outside of filming, you probably can't have lunch and do all the little frivolous things, you know, like that Quad got time to do that these other ladies who professionals don't. So yeah, it's my thought that she's the one that doesn't fit into the group, and maybe it's time for her to leave, you know, and like for real, you know, not in this mean way where y'all push her out, but just because what is she there for at this point? I don't know. So we'll
I don't know either.
She brought her man on. Maybe that's all they was. Maybe that's what's going to make her feel like part of the group, and maybe that's going to satisfy the rest of them. But I mean, even with the man, and if we want to keep them married to medicine, then that would be accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem like you have any attachment to the medical field any longer as well, you know. So that would be accurate.
Honey, I don't know. So we done went from the dang on dustiness
okay
to the unsavory sweet
go
tea.
ahead and wrap up so we can I need to give me some rest tonight. But yeah, we had to get on here and address Dusty Destiny.
Girl, Dusty.
And we had to give her some of the business because she got off easy on the last live. We, you know, again, Dusty is not my favorite, but I really had it in for Sunny because Sunny had worked my whole entire nerve this whole season.
Yes.
However, Dusty took up for it, I guess, with that deleted scene. I don't know where the people have found the scene at because I watched Philo live and I watched the replay and I did not see that part at all.
Really? Now, this what I got is from Jaylee's Corner. Shout out to Jaylee's Corner. She's a YouTuber, plus she's on Instagram. She said she found it on Twitter. So then some people did say they seen it on Philo. I don't know.
That's what a lot of people were saying, they saw it on Philo, but I'm like, I literally watched Philo. I did, like I said, I did it live. I watched it live and I watched the replay. But I don't know. Anyhow, listen, I was saying that to say it needed to stay deleted. I can't believe I'm with Mel in a sense, like I'm almost flabbergasted and outraged for her because I can't believe she had to sit up there and really, you know, like have that type of conversation with that girl.
Yes, get heated and go back and forth with her of everything that you could not make, you know, prove that she was grooming you. So you want to throw all these other things out, these other accusations that is secondhand, nothing that you witnessed yourself. Exactly. And then want to argue. And I do like the way Marceau said it. He said, and nobody's trying to ever come on to you.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You know, I think, you know, like, Destiny is bad for the show. She has to go. What, in the words of Nene Leakes, she's declassing the show.
She's not Black excellence. I mean,
exactly. She is declassing the show. In the words of Karen Huger, she's not Huntsville.
Girl, she's Detroit.
She's not Huntsville. She is not Huntsville, honey.
She's from the D.
Back to St. Louis.
St. Louis, okay.
That's it. Well, that's where Sunny from. Look, and they like them down there. Send her back there with the ratchets.
Yeah, because she was classifying the show. She brought a felon on there.
That's what she is declassing.
Girl, and look, he only finished to the 9th grade.
Okay, she is declassing the show.
Girl, oh my goodness, I'm just thinking. He only made it to the 9th grade. She on
15 years in jail.
And that's the kind of man she accepted. So she did fumble on to LeBarrett. And then for you to go through a divorce and had to get on public assistance. Girl, I think even if I did, I would have never told nobody that. It'd be between me and God. And I'm supposed to be on the show. Or either you going to show it, but ain't no way in the heck. You around all these people who are successful in their own right. And
but you can't figure out how to be. You sitting up playing in the mud with Martell. Throwing mud. That's what you're doing.
But he ain't on public assistance.
Well, that's what I'm saying with Martell.
Girl.
He's about to have you right back on the unemployment line.
Girl, that is, now everything is coming to me. I'm like, you gotta, she did declassify the show. You brought this felon up here and you arguing with the producer girl over this felon who's locked back up.
We don't want it. Zeus, you can have her.
Yes. Oh,
Zeus, come and get your girl. Like,
was it Baddies South or Baddies
Okay, Baddies Northwest, Baddies, whatever you call it, whatever you want to get. Baddies South, Southville, Trillville. Come on, get your girl.
Oh, she in the trap house over there.
Okay, come on, get your girl. Because we don't want her.
No,
we don't want her. She got to go. So yeah, so we had to jump back on the line so we can make sure we looked at that deleted scene, check that clip out, and go ahead and talk about what we saw in it. Tisha, we don't expect much from you, so I feel like I'll let Tisha off the hook just because I don't expect much from her. It made sense to me why it is she repeated what she repeated to Destiny, because at that adult
game or
field day or whatever they had, Martell went off the Richter scale. He went too far. And then so like I said, I understand why she said something to Destiny, but I'm holding Destiny most accountable because you don't know how to be a friend. And it's kind of what I got on Sunny about, like, not being a girl's girl. That's not a girl's girl. You know what I'm saying? That's like your girl, even like Melody, for instance. If she told you something about her husband in confidence, you don't go turn around, you know what I mean, and say something to that lady's husband. Like, that's your girl. So yeah, Destiny, you 2 thumbs down. Not that you ever had, but 2 thumbs down. Boo.
But to put this in context, now Marceau is disgusted with Martell for wanting to do the revenge P, right? Now, some of the people I follow, they were kind of all upset that when they found out that Martell actually had showed these people a video of Melody. Now, if said video had happened, right? So, but if she actually did it in person, no one needed to see a video, right?
Well, a part of me, what I was thinking too, was kind of like, I'm wondering if it was a video that was taken from that moment.
I'm thinking it had to be.
And that's what I'm saying, like, so to your point is I don't think that they were saying that they saw the video more so than knowing what it is he was talking about. At least that's just where I went with it.
No, because Tisha got on when she was with Carlos King. She said they seen the video. My thing of it is, if there was a video, my thing is, if they actually seen it in person, I don't need to look at the video. I didn't see you do it in person, right? That's where I kind of feel like it would have been something that Martell suggested, but it never happened, is what I'm thinking. Because
I kind of think so too, but you know what I think ultimately about that really, to be honest, is that it wasn't for us to know, and so we're not going to know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it happened or not. So that's why I'm like, I kind of will connect the other little tidbits that we get. So like I agree with you. I can't imagine that he would. I don't know. And people do what they do. Like you just showing your friends a random video, or is it something that they've already had knowledge of? Tisha said that man was gay on that same live.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Once you say do these things, we don't know what's right and what's not, or
Yeah.
again, what's taken out of context and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I don't know. You know, like what we all agree with is it was wrong, except for Martell. He the only one seemed not to agree with that. Um, and you know, like I said, I don't like Destiny is. I don't think anything that happened in the limo was ever supposed to be discussed for the
Yeah.
world.
Katie stood on that. How did you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't, and so whatever did happen, I don't think we're gonna get no more parts about that either.
No.
Mhm, mhm. But you know, and rightfully so. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And Destiny got to get kicked out the group because there should be some stuff you should be able to do with these people that you okay with and know and getting back out. You know, if we all whatever, you know what I'm saying? Agree, not agree. If we all like minded, we know what should and what shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't
Yep.
even gotta make no agreement about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's just like when they go back to Kenya.
Right. Yeah,
Because they
that's what
covered
I
up
said. I
all
was
the
like that.
cameras.
So the main thing with me is Kenya could never go anywhere with me ever.
No.
Leave that bitch at home. Like
Because Candy said, what goes on in dungeon, stay there. Why is we grown people out here talking and we covered up all the cameras?
mm-hmm.
Girl.
Yeah, it was like it was bogus. And like you said, it's not, you know, like I know, you know, I have friends that do things or participate in things that I would necessarily do or whatever, but I'm a fun person. Like I
Yeah.
like to have fun, you know. And yeah, and I'm not a like I say, I like to have what I think is exclusivity. So that's
Yeah.
a part of not going running your mouth
No.
either. You
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like because whatever we like, we went off to, you know, Vegas for the weekend. We might come back and be like, oh, we went to this casino or we went to that show or, you know what I'm saying? Like, woo. But on our party time, kicking it time, like even don't be doing lives, you know what I'm saying? Stuff. If you gonna go live, be on yourself, you know, like as I
Yes.
tell people about that, like that's a invasion of privacy to me. You know what I mean? Like when you all around putting the camera in other people's faces and stuff. Not saying anybody doing anything that they not supposed to, shouldn't, but the point is that it's just a space and it shouldn't be invaded that way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whatever they're doing. And if you wanted to know what was going on at the party, then maybe you should be here. Like you know.
Exclusivity right there.
Yeah, right. That's you know what I'm saying. Maybe you should be here, and like if you miss this one, maybe you'll catch the next one. You know what I mean. But I just have always been that type of person.
Yeah. So
And so I agree. Like this was like Kenya, because it was like yeah, the salaciousness of oh somebody slept with a stripper, but really it for me it was her behavior that was like
exactly.
that was worse than
And,
anything.
and then she was the main one, busting her legs wide open and
Right, that's what right, exactly. It was
rolling
like
around
you
on the
seemed like
floor.
maybe you was a little jealous or something.
Yes. Yes. That it wasn't
But
her.
yeah, but it was like because if she did, she's single, she grown. I don't really understand why it is your business to make sure everybody else knows that, you know.
And no, not even just the cast, the whole world to know it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
Destiny,
was.
the same thing Dusty
Yes.
Puller. Like that's what I mean. Even if you got that information, like why has that been made your duty to make sure you get it out to anybody else? And again, coming from a person that's got so much going on themselves, like it would seem to me that you wouldn't have, like I said, any capacity in your room, in your mind to figure that out.
Mm-mm-mm.
Your priorities messed up, Dusty.
Hit all the way.
Yeah. That's probably why Moses had time to go over there and fool la la with Sonny, because
well, Sonny, I guess, was the better choice when it came to finances.
listen, I ain't saying we know she didn't get no prize. I'm just saying how you probably missed out. I don't know. But
Lord have mercy.
I just think that Destiny has a lot more things that she could be focused on in her personal life. And so even if every single thing she said was true, I wouldn't give two F's about it coming out of her mouth.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, well,
you
I
have
wouldn't
bigger
even
fish to
care.
fry.
It's just salacious, and but it has nothing to do with her. It had nothing to do with grooming.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, because if you wanted to blast her like that, you could have did on the show.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
showing your own things, you know, while you're talking about her. And we could have seen her.
Exactly. Right. Where your group of friends, you know what I mean? Like that you talk to or whatever.
Girl, yes, we could have seen her little Section 8 house and
not her little Section 8 house, Lord Jesus.
Hey, go to the store with an EBT card.
Right. Right, girl.
Girl, she dusty as hell.
Yeah, she is. That she is.
Oh my God.
That she is. We're gonna give it to her.
Girl.
All right, well, we gotta get off here. Look, my eyes getting heavy.
Girl, mine. I done drank some coffee and woke me up.
Uh-oh.
Because I was gonna do I gotta do all my little studying for the Kendrick Lamar I'm gonna do. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it watching it. I watched it after the fact.
I did too.
And my daughter, she had called me after, I guess she seen it on YouTube right after he had performed it. I said, let me go look at it. And it was Sunday evening. I'm like, I think he did a good job. So, you know, you had to be down in the comments so you can learn all these different similar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I really enjoyed it. So
I did too. I enjoyed it as well. I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah, he did. So I said, well, I got to get all my little facts together.
Okay. Well, let me know when you do so I can pop on.
Yes, I go to Kendrick Lamar University here.
Okay, right. Exactly.
All right, so that's it. So we say that Destiny is very dusty, honey.
That the verdict is in. Destiny is dusty.
So thank you for joining our live, and we'll see you again.
Make sure you subscribe and like this video.
All righty. So you guys have a great evening. Good night.
Bye-bye.